think it's happening. I think it's happening, y'all. Ack. Thud. Huzzah. Huzzah, we are live. Hello, greetings. Greetings and salutations. I need to get the stream up on my camera. Hello. Hello, welcome. Where is... Oh, I'm logged into the wrong thing. I love that for me. I love that for me. Who we got here? Ah, no, I did not want to do that. Oh my goodness. I think something changed with OBS and it's doing weird things, which is not my favorite. I don't like it when things change. Change is not my friend. Not even a little bit. I'm going to change this to... There we go. Yeah, perfect. I change this to all messages because I remember things like that because I'm a professional. Hello, Leo. Now that I can see the chat. Hello, Leo and Bow and Arrows and Ray. You're going to have to dip in an hour. Well, that's all right. You're allowed. Hello, Pinky. Good evening. Hello, Dame. And hello, Swatch This. Welcome to stream. And welcome to my lurkers. I am barely awake. Barely. I've had my coffee. But yeah. I sat down like 15 minutes ago to do stream prep, and 3 bad things have happened since then. So it's all good. It's all good. Everything's fine. Everything is going according to plan. And I'm grabbing the wrong bottle, and I don't have any cats. Hello. I have one cat, but she's decided she doesn't want to be on stream, apparently. At least not at the moment. So, good after morning to everyone. I don't know what we're doing today. I had a couple of ideas. So there's a couple of suggestions that actually that I suggested. A couple of things in the suggestion channel on Discord. One was a cute, like, I don't know if it was embroidered or cross stitch or what. I'd have to look at it again. Cute little fiber art thing that says "y'all means all" in, rainbow flag colors. And the other one was there were some cute kitty cats. So, oh yeah, and the Pride month one was also... I don't know if I'm awake enough for that. I feel like that would require me to think about composition in a way that the other two would not. Because I feel like with the other two, like I do want to do the Pride month one for sure at some point. But I feel like the other two are a little simpler. So here's one of them. Let me just get this. Okay. This is one of them, and for this one I would do like I would do the words like sideways on my nails. Let me just make it a little smaller here. I would do it like y'all means all, and then have a little design here and here. Which I was thinking about using the design that's on there, but it would also be fun to do just a couple of like fluid art nails. I always love doing fluid art. So that's one option. And then the other option that I was thinking about was... this one. Whoop. That is too big. Hello. There we go. These cute flag kitties. And I feel like I feel like those are also adorable. The fruity ones were really fun nudes. That one took a long time. That was like a 4-hour stream. That one was brutal. So yeah, I don't know. Why don't we do a poll and see which one y'all feel like doing. How about that? How about that? Let's do a poll, and we'll do y'all or kitties. Vote. Good. The stream's bitrate is lower than recommended. Love that for us. So good. I need to switch this one over to live chat as well. There we go. I have done rainbow kitties, it's true. They're not the same as this. But I have done different rainbow kitties. The y'all was from the suggestions in Discord. Whoa, again, too big. There we go. This one. That was the y'all means all. Kitties will always win my heart. I fear I am the only one against kitties. It's not, don't think of it as being against kitties. Think of it as being for explicit inclusion. And also southernness. Kitties are cuter, yeah. The kitties are cute. I like the other design as well. I think they're both really fun. You got outvoted. I did 2 nudes. I voted for y'all. I love the y'all means all as a message, though. I agree. Maybe we'll do that because I think Thursday night. I don't have any releases that I need to do or anything, so we could probably do y'all means all on Thursday night. Or next Tuesday. It's true, I did do the paw prints / cat heads, but this is very different. I can do that and still put cats, it's true. I mean, technically, I could do the y'all means all and do kitties on my pinky and thumb, but I didn't give that as an option. It looks like it's going to be kitties, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. It's going to be kitties for today, and we'll do y'all means all another day. I really like that design, so I do think I want to do. You vote Pride D month for Thursday since you'll miss Tuesday. And we were all recently called demons. Yeah, we really were, weren't we? It's nice. I liked that. If anyone missed that, there was an indie brand that was discovered to be MAGA, and they had a little crash out, and we were collectively, all of the leftists were collectively referred to as demons. It was very fun. Okay, so we will do the kitties. I mean, you're welcome to do what you want, Pinky. Okay, let me get that that inspo pick up for myself here. They are very goofy looking little creatures. They're very blobby, and I think that's part of what appeals to me so much with them. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun to just like make little blobbies. I don't know what to do for a background for this though. What should I do for a background for this? Let me check my untrieds here. Hang on. What do we got? What do we got? This one from Glittersis has been sitting in my untrieds for far too long. We're going to go ahead and do this. We'll do it velvet magnetized so that it won't take too long. Everything is fine now you're here. I'm so glad, Katya. I'm so glad. I was very concerned, and now I'm very relieved. So I found out, trigger warning for medical stuff for a few seconds. I will do a little okie dokie now sign when I'm all finished talking about it. Yeah, I found out that the little thing that I had burned off on my or removed, biopsied on my arm a couple of weeks ago is actually a basal cell carcinoma. So I have to go back to the dermatologist and get even more of my arm cut away. They're going to take a nice big chunk of it. And I think it was on the 9th I'm getting that done. So hopefully I'll be reasonably healed up for PBE. Not looking too horrific. I'm probably going to have it properly covered with something cute for a few weeks while it heals up on streams. Yeah, that's okay that my nail cam is very small. But yeah, I didn't put the message in stream business to holler at everyone. Let me do that. 'Cause I forgot. We're live. There we go. Stream varmints have been notified. We are live on Discord. If you have signed up for the notifications there. Can I keep some of the pieces? No, sadly, I cannot keep any of the pieces. I have to. Basically, what they do is they cut away a much larger area than they think they need to. They cut beyond the region that they suspect is a problem, because the way that they can tell whether they got it all is by basically testing the margins all around the sides to make sure that they got all the cancer. I forgot to do this. So if you muted yourself, sorry, that was a little extra time because I'm really good at this. But you didn't miss much. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Unfortunately, Dame, I will not be able to get a tattoo there. They they don't want you to get tattoos in a region that has had that, because it makes it harder to detect if there is anything else that comes up. So it's going to have to be a virgin area. It's going to have to remain a virgin area. I did have plans for that part of my arm, but anyway, it's all good. It's all good. You still want me to get some specimens in a jar? Yeah. I mean, it is sometimes pinky. It just depends on what's happening. It's fine. I was talking more than I was doing anything interesting on the nail cam, so normally if I'm doing more talking than doing anything interesting on the nail cam, I make the face cam big. And I switch it around as needed so that you're not staring at nothing happening. At least not any more than is absolutely required. Yeah, it's not optimal, Dame, but it kind of, they need to make sure that they can easily check. And it's my body, I can do whatever I want, but they're going to advise against any more tattoos in that area. And it seems like the smart thing to do. Just make it easy for them. It's okay, I've got plenty of real estate that is untouched. But I have to think about where I'm going to get my PBE tattoo, because I was planning on probably doing something on that arm. So it might just have to change to like inner arm or upper arm that haven't gotten as much sun. The magnetic is a glitter cyst that I did actually, so it's been sitting in my untried rack. I did actually use it once for an Olympics mani, Winter Olympics mani, but I did it over, I think it was Indigo Away, and it like super discolored it. The base that I put underneath it, which I'm pretty sure was Indigo Away, bled heavily into the magnetic and turned the entire thing just purple, like just purple. Like the silver magnetic part was just a purple magnetic. So it was like, meh. Hey, Sassy. Hello, Melissa. Welcome. Ray's going on a trip? Where's Ray going this time? Didn't Ray just come back from a trip? Ray's always going exciting places. Ooh, Ray, did you catch the Ford fireworks? My mom was sending me photos and video. It's like such an impressive fireworks show. It's supposed to be like the biggest or one of the biggest fireworks shows in like North America. You were at the bank and a helper had a magnetic mani. She called it a cat eye polish. She said it dispersed too much and didn't react well. It depends on the brand. Yeah, it can depend on the brand. It can also just depend on like your application, of course, but oh, that's right. She's I forgot she was Ray's going over to your neck of the woods there, punks. That's exciting. You've been a few years, but it got old and I got sick of smelling people smoking next to me. Nice. Yeah. No, my mom and dad and Carmen and her partner both went, or all went together, and so they were sending me photos. You're being a nail polish mule. Fairy does sound nicer than mule, but I will say mules are pretty badass. Like, if you need to protect your land from predators and humans, nothing's going to beat a mule. They'll kick the crap out of anybody that jumps a fence. I'm excited to finally be using this one properly without having something to ruin it. Llamas would disagree, but mules are possibly stronger. Yeah, llamas have a lot of attitude as well, but I do think that mules can do more damage, um, and they also have a ton of attitude. They're not interested in being your friend. And they get very attached to, like, they become, I don't know how llamas are with this, but like if you have one mule in with a herd of cattle, the mule becomes like, it'll basically adopt the cattle, and like that's its family, and so that's its herd. It will protect them to the death. Llamas, I know, are very territorial, but I don't know how attached they get to cattle. I don't know their behavior as well. I'm thinking I might just stop at 2 coats, even though this is definitely not going to be opaque in 2 coats. I feel like it's enough to, like, give it some nice background. They're like that too. They use them with sheep and alpaca. Interesting. Yeah, maybe they blend better or incorporate better with sheep and alpaca than they do with cattle. Okay. Oh, hello. Don't do that. And then we'll get this pinky going. And then we're going to do a top coat, and then we will start with our little blobby kitties. You only recently learned that a male horse female donkey hybrid exists, and it's called a hinny. Yeah. Yeah, I I agree. It does not seem like a good time for the donkey. I feel like I would really want the horse to be a small horse in that case. Because donkeys are quite a bit smaller than horses. Seems like it would be a bad time all the way through. It's funny that they give them different names depending on which animal is the mother versus the father. And I understand why, because they do have some significant differences between them as a result of which direction that is. It's the same thing with lions and tigers when you crossbreed them. They have a different name for the one direction than they do for the other direction. And the offspring are quite a bit different from each other in the two different directions. But it is very funny to me as well. It's like basically you end up with two totally different species that are not either parent. Biology is wild, man. It's wild. Yeah, Liger or Tygon, which are both very silly names. I was checking to see if I still had a Jammy Dodgers, but I don't. I don't have a single cat in this room. Everybody fell asleep in the bedroom. Jammy was lying on the floor in here earlier when I was getting myself ready. And then right before I started stream, she got up and left. I had the camera on her on the floor because she was doing her little otter thing that she does where she lies upside down and has her little paws like this and her feet sort of stretched out. Okay. There's our protective top coat so that we can start our nail art. They pieced out like Musumbi. Yeah. Musumbi does not seem to appreciate streaming. Jammy and Budgie often do like to lie in here in the evening, but generally speaking, the afternoon is like bedroom sleepy times. Hey, Sonyo. Welcome. Ligers are the largest known modern feline. That makes sense. Because they're bigger than... They end up bigger than... Yeah, they end up bigger than both the tiger and the lion. Which is crazy. Hybrid vigor. Gotta love hybrid vigor. Okay. That's probably enough, right? That's probably long enough. Let's see. Feels like it's probably long enough. We only did 2 coats, so it should dry fairly quickly. Anyway, that's what this one is supposed to look like. Not like the freaking super, super purpley purple that other one turned out. If Cricket was here, I'd get less done. Cricket is so helpful, though. Ah. All right. There was a cat hair that almost snuck into the bottle because it was on the thing here. All right. Let's do some blobbing. Where's my ref? Where's my ref? Rens. There it is. All right. So I'm gonna kind of just do like very blobby, because these kitties are just formless little lumps. So we're gonna make some formless little lumps, and then we're gonna color them in, and then we're gonna outline them last. I think this is the correct way to do it. They don't even really look like cats. They kind of have a cat vibe without quite looking like cats. Oh, the inspo is... Nope, not that. That was from last night. I was trying to find the beetle, or not last night, yesterday afternoon, I guess. I was trying, or no, it was last night. I don't know what day it is. I was trying to find the Beatles logo because someone said that their logo looked like a bee. Was it last night? Now I'm second guessing myself. Anyway, someone said the Beatles logo looked more like a bee than a beetle. And I actually think it looks more like a plant hopper. But there was not a lesbian fish lure, you're right. I will make sure that I do a lesbian kitty cat. The little top right lesbian tabby, I think, is perfect. I really like that design. It was last night? All right. Hey, Danny, welcome. Are you still physically on vacation, Sonia? Are you back in America, or what is your current status? Are you just mentally on vacation? Linnery might have done the lesbian flag yesterday, but I have not done the lesbian flag in the last couple that I did. So I think it's time for me to do another lesbian flag. I do tend to be a bit predictable with choosing to pretty much always do the pan and trans flags. If left to my own devices, I will basically always choose those two. But I am very happy to incorporate other flags. These really look like little frogs until you put the faces on, I think. Like the outlines could definitely just be little frogs. Okay, let's do... What do you mean this is years long of you asking for lesbians? I've done lesbians so many times, Sassy. It's not like your requests have gone unanswered. I've done many lesbians for you. Wait, that sounds wrong. I have done many lesbian flags on my nails over the years. And I shall continue to do them, whether requested or not. I just do them more frequently if I'm requested. Sassy all, it's been 84 years. Please. All right. Cute little lumps. We'll make this one a little chunkier. Did you see I did the arrow ace flag last night, Dame? I know it's not the same. I do the arrow flag a bit. I do the ace flag a bit, but I hadn't done the arrow ace flag in a bit, so I really enjoyed doing that one. Okay. More. Ah! No! fine. It's fine. This is why we use top coat. It's fine. Okay, here we go. See? It's fine. 4 years sounds about right, yeah. I think when did I do the lesbian axolotl combined with it was combined with the Juneteenth flag. I did them both on the same stream. Was that last year or the year before? I think it might have been the year before. The Manny was like half the Juneteenth flag and half a lesbian axolotl. You don't know what the arrow flag looks like, but you've seen Ace and Arrow Ace. Yeah, you would like the arrow flag. I think. You spend too much time checking out women for him. How long have I been streaming? Well, I started out streaming on Instagram. It's got to be at least 3 years ago. And I did just Instagram streaming for a while. But then I swapped to YouTube a year ago or so, right? A little more than a year ago. Because Instagram just sucks so bad for streaming on. It sucks for streaming on, and it also sucks for, like, watching VODs on. It's the freaking worst for watching VODs. I cannot stand watching VODs on Instagram, because you can't... Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the VOD, you cannot, like... click on anything else, do anything else. It automatically kicks you right back to the beginning, and there's no easy way to, like, scroll to where you were. It's very annoying. You can't, there's no scrubbing, really. I mean, there kind of is, but it's, like, impossible to use. They've made it incredibly difficult to use the scrubbing feature. So it's like, trying to watch a VOD on that is just miserable. Okay. Let's see. I think some of the nails I only want to do one kitty on. Some I want to do 2 kitties. I think this one will get 2 kitties. Need a little more thinner in here. Well, I think the thumb is gonna get just the 1 kitty, and then I'm gonna draw the paint on the lettering, the "We Will Always Exist" lettering around that kitty. And then, and that one actually I think I should do this one as a rainbow, like the full rainbow. And then we'll do these ones as like individual identity flags. And so the pinky will just get 1 and the other ones can get 2, I think. Yeah, Leo, trying to do anything else while watching a live stream on Instagram. If you have to do anything else on your phone, that's it. You're scuppered. You can't do anything. You're just like, welp, I guess my phone doesn't function as a phone or a smart device at all for the duration of this stream. And I know there are like a bunch of people that still stream exclusively on Instagram. And I'm just like, please, please, I can't cope with this. I can't watch your streams. It's too unpleasant. intersex cat could look like a cheetah. There is an intersex cat actually on this sheet. I think it's just below the area where you can see, and it's in a very cute pose. They do not have it cheetah style. That could also be cute. I'm not watching an Instagram live. You can forget about it, pal. You can forget about it, pal. Pal, bucko. Katya. Katya, are you secretly an 80-year-old man? Let's see. There, you can see the rest of the kitties now. You've been too busy, Sanyo, to be doing your nails a bunch of times this year. Maybe I can fit 3 on my middle nail. Do we think I can fit 3? I feel like I can fit 3. I can stack them. Let's stack them. Katya. You're so funny. Katya is the quintessential old man yelling at clouds. Lesbian edition. Oh my god. This is the intersex cat shape. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to use the same cats for the same shapes that they did, but this is basically a perfect cat shape right here. This little lump makes me very happy. Stack them, lesbians, yeah. Yeah, and cat cam on lesbians. I'm doing so good. Cat cam on Instagram would also not work. That's correct. Cat cam on lesbians. Yeah. Okay. Can I make this like... No. I have to do it this way. There. Just trying to like make it a more reasonable shape. All right. Next. Cat cam on lesbians. I feel like that could be a thing. Like a super unusual anime. Your Holo Taco Coastal Crumbs bag arrived today. Yeah, the Holo Taco Crumbs are always good for nail art. I gotta say, she does a good job. I always like them. Isn't cat cams on lesbians just OnlyFans? I mean, it can be. I'm not stopping them. All right. God, these little blobs are just so silly. I just really hope I can get the outlines, the black lining on there without just completely mucking it up, because they're going to be so fine. Do the Holotaco Cremes stamp? Some of them do. It depends. The ones that are more opaque and darker colors are pretty good. They don't stamp as well as actual stamping polishes, so I don't recommend using any non-stamping specific creme for people starting out with stamping. But if you're a reasonably accomplished stamper to begin with, then yeah, a lot of the Holotaco cremes will stamp quite nicely. When you're talking about like some of the lighter, more sheer colors, they, you know, it's what you would expect. They're not going to stamp as well. But yeah, basically, yeah, like Belly says, a lot of the ones that basically apply like they're almost a one coater. Those ones are you can generally stamp with them and they're going to be fine. June 19th, 2024 is when I did the axolotl, is it? You had lesbian flag, lesbian axolotl, full flag, and Juneteenth flag. The Priders stream was June 13th, 2024. My goodness. Yeah, basic stamping colors, like, as far as I'm concerned, the overwhelming majority of the time when I want to stamp, it's black, white, gold, or silver. That's like, those are the basics. And then everything else you can reverse stamp. It's just like, it's so much easier to just reverse stamp. Hi, Yanelli. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you on a stream. It's been so long, Yanelli. We decided when the next monthly Manny Mayhem, monthly mystery Manny Mayhem, whatever stream is going to be. It's going to be a little early. We're going to do it before PBE instead of after, because PBE is going to be a whole ridiculous thing. So I think we said the 13th or something. We'll put more information out when it's time. Just for those of you that like to attend those. You've been really into matchy stamping, like a pattern in the same color but lighter or darker than the base. Oh, that's interesting. I often like those when I see them, when other people do them, but I tend to prefer, when I'm doing one, I tend to prefer to see a lot of contrast in my stamps. And so I have not actually purposely done the matchy thing, because I'm usually trying for contrast rather than subtlety. And that's just like one of those things where my brain likes it when other people do it and does not like it when I attempt it. It's just my brain being a brain. You know how they be, those brains. They're ridiculous rules for me and not for thee. No, PBE is always in July. Always, always. Yes, next group stream is on Yanelli's channel. Yeah, July 13th. All right, this one is only going to get a single kitty. Yeah, Yaneli gets to host next time. It's going to be very exciting. I am looking forward to what she decides to make us all do, because I feel like I was very predictable, but and Danny was a little bit predictable, but I have no idea what to expect from Yaneli. Like, it could be anything. She does such a wide range of stuff. Little evil smiles. All right. Tiny feets. Just a little hint of feets. And this tail is going to wrap around. There we go. You got a new mattress and a special 4-piece cushion set so you can sleep in your bed again. That is exciting. Yeah, sleeping in a power chair does not sound fun. I spent the last couple of months of my pregnancy sleeping in a lazy boy, which is not the worst, but it was not my favorite. I tend to be a side sleeper, and so I didn't enjoy being forced to sleep sitting upright and sort of mostly on my back. The comfort of a bed is indeed so lovely. Yeah, laser boy. Okay. Time to get some colors going. So I think this guy on my thumbnail needs to be like the full rainbow. I guess, what colors are we doing? I guess we got to do cremes. It's going to look best if we do cremes, I think. Yeah, we'll do cremes. Let me just get all my cremes out here. You are an alligator doing many death rolls in your bed? Pardon me. Yeah. Yeah, we have those. I'm a kicker. I have restless leg syndrome. I'm a kicker, and Brian, of course, can't sleep lying down since his surgery. So we have those real fancy, like, individual beds that, like, they're side by side. So when they're sort of made up, it looks like one bed. But they can elevate and level out individually per side, and they've got separate feet controls, like the foot of the bed goes up and down and the back goes up and down. So yeah, it's perfect. It was expensive as hell, but I cannot help but strongly recommend that if you are a person who has to live with a kicker like me. Okay, so I guess we begin. I do not have any cats. You can leave this open. The nerd used to be a stomach sleeper, but now he has a CPAP. Yeah. Hello, Cinemama. What you gonna do? You gonna come hang out somewhere in here, or are you gonna hang out with Dad? Well, she's allowed to walk around and check out the options before making up her mind. Okay. I think we do a little red. Yeah. Yeah. The lack of cuddling is it sucks, Sonia. I feel that. That's a thing for us as well, because Brian cannot lie down and it is really hard to snuggle trying to sleep sitting upright. You can't really snuggle. And that is difficult. That is a difficult thing. If you are a sleep snuggler, or at least a falling asleep snuggler. It's fun trying to make them talk with the CPAP, though. Your husband and you sleep apart because he sounds like a steam train and flails like a windmill. Wow. That does sound fun. Oh, speaking of things that are fun, hot flash. Holy heck. I think this is the first time I've had a hot flash on stream. I don't like it. You're live steaming. I'm live steaming. Oh my god, hang on a second. I gotta get my fan on. Jesus, this is brutal. Want me to get the other fan from downstairs? No, it's okay. I got this one. Oh my god. It's just it's suddenly 100 degrees. Okay. We're just gonna work through it, y'all. We're just gonna work through it. It's gonna be fine. Everything is sweating. God, what a miserable experience. Rolling hot flashes while trying to finish your Manny. The worst. I usually get them at night. But yeah. Oh, what a fucking miserable. And thankfully they don't usually take too long. They don't last too long. So hopefully this is going to be over soon. Oh my god. Yeah, and then a pause is this cruel mistress. It's so true. Oh, it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass any minute. I'm sure of it. So I guess one of the things that I have to think about and decide on here is whether I want to try to, make these a little more blendy like they are in the inspo art, or whether I just want to let them be sort of the way they are. If I try to blend them at this scale... Oh, okay, it's passing. If I try to blend them at this scale, I'm concerned I'm just going to end up with a mess. And so I'm thinking it might be a smarter move to just let them be what they're going to be. I think I want to do the kitty on here that has the full flag has a little bit of like black and brown up between its ears there, and I think I like that. So I'm going to do that. So sort of hint at a bit more of like the progress pride flag we are going to have. We won't be able to put the trans colors in there, but we're going to have a separate trans kitty anyway, so it'll be fine. So we'll do, is it black and then brown or brown and then black? That's a question. I forget which direction the okay, black is the outermost one. So we'll do a little black here. And then for the brown, I don't have a brown out right now, so I'm just gonna try and do a little mixa here. You made your husband get a sleep test because he would thrash around and yell in his sleep? Yikes. That sounds really unpleasant for both of you. Yeah, Brian used to love to just stop breathing for a minute. That was fun. But sleeping upright basically solved that, so it's fine. The thing where they just stop breathing is like, are you... You're lying there like, are you gonna start again? Or... what's going on there, buddy? Okay, there's our little black stripe. Or brown stripe, rather. The CPAP is very Darth Vader. Yup. Okay. Now, I think... I do want to kind of... I think I went a little too far down between the ears here. I'll try and... Might need to put a little more white. Did he stop talking in his sleep after he got the CPAP? I mean, I guess it would be harder to even tell if he was trying to talk in his sleep. Surely you'd be able to hear some muttering at least. Okay, so that's going to be our little rainbow kitty. It still needs the face details and such. And the outlining, which is the part where I'm going to start crying. Do I do the outlining all at once, or do I do it as I go along? I'm going to do it as I go along. Now we're on the path of let's get your skin checked. This will be the hardest one to convince him. He should do that. I think everyone should get their skin checked. Having literally just received a diagnosis today. Please get your skin checked. And wear sunscreen. Please and thank you. I'd really love it if everybody would wear sunscreen. And also cover up when you're in the sun. Okay, there's one tiny little half of a face. And another tiny little half of a face incoming. And then an eye here. And an eye here. Oh my god. It's not exactly the same, but I think that's okay. So never go outside? Yeah, I mean optimally. Also, don't use a tanning bed. Also, try not to have genetics that predispose you to such things, such as being a pale ass motherfucker, having many freckles, having red hair or parents who have red hair, etc. Try to avoid those things if you can manage it. I understand this may be difficult for some of you. Oh, also try to avoid having a family history of skin cancers. Tell your folks. That also predisposes you. I figure I'm gonna message my dad later and tell him that I have this diagnosis and that I blame him. That's my plan. I think it's gonna go over really well. Yeah, Sonia, I have a basal cell carcinoma. It's fine. It's one of those ones that doesn't usually metastasize. It's pretty rare for it to, as long as you get it chopped out right away. It should be fine. Should be just fine. A what now? It's so there's your skin. You know how your skin has like a bunch of different layers. The basal cell are the ones at the base, so they're like the deepest layer of skin cells. It's a cancer in those cells. Okay, we have one kitty done, and this one also gets to have some lettering, which I think I'm going to use this hot pink for because I like this hot pink. And I think it will be cute with it. Got one of them evil freckles? No, it wasn't an evil freckle. Yeah, it's not basil. Basal cell carcinoma would be very funny, though. Okay, I think here. We might need to do more than one layer of this because this is slightly less opaque than some of the others. Although, maybe if I can get it on thick enough, it'll be okay. I also have to try and make it very small to fit all of the words. And I feel like I've already made it too big. I guess we'll find out. Is it treated the same way as other cancers? Typically, they just chop it out. I think it depends, but yeah, typically they just yoink out the area, and if it's too big, then they'll do skin grafts. Are we gonna focus? There we go. So we got the we will. I don't think mine's going to be large enough to require skin grafts. I think they're just going to hack away a little more around. Because I had I'll show you. It's pretty well healed now. I had a little biopsy here, so it was like that big or so when it was fresh. So they'll have to take around, larger than that, an area larger than that around it. But yeah. I don't know how big around they want to take the margin, but then they just cauterize it. Yes, basil and basil are both valid pronunciations, but I tend to, when I'm talking about the herb, basil and basil for the herb are both valid pronunciations. I tend to pronounce it basil for no really good reason. But sometimes I will pronounce it basil, the herb. Sometimes I will pronounce the herb basil. It just depends. I don't even make a conscious decision. It just sometimes it comes out one way and sometimes it comes out the other. Boy, I sure hope I'm leaving myself enough space here. I really want this to be all caps like it is in the thing. I have a feeling I'm going to have to remove this. This is not going to be enough room for, yeah, I'm going to have to redo that. All right. Peggy, you got to leave yourself more room. You simply must. I was really hoping I could pull it on my ass there, but that wasn't gonna work. Naked husband stomping outside. That's hilarious. The foxes that live next door are going to steal my rake. Oh no. That's amazing, Belly. That's so funny. I mean, it's also scary when people sleepwalk like that because, they can really injure themselves, but it's extremely funny when they say crazy shit. It's like, what are you dreaming about? I guess it's a good thing that you don't sleep well, so you can go rescue him and keep him from stomping outside naked after the foxes that live next door. All right, let's see here. Let me put the exist part in, well, or maybe I can maybe I can sneak in the always over here. Just go a little smaller. I think we can do this. Y'all. It's gonna be fine. We got this. And it won't even look cramped, she said, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, this is going to work better this time. And now I just have to squish the word exist down in there. No problem. Easy peasy. It certainly will not be difficult, lemon difficult. One time on vacation, your brother sat up in bed, looked you in the eyes, and started talking to you. When you asked what the fuck he was talking about, he just laid back down in bed and immediately started snoring. Yep. Love that. Really good. Okay. Now we just need to do the world's smallest exist. No problem. It's fine, y'all. We got this. We got this. And it's definitely going to be readable. I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting. Can we read it? I wish I'd thought of doing the words before I put the kitty on, because I would have given myself more space on the bottom, but I think it's okay. It feels at least legible. Slightly cramped, but legible. All of a sudden you have the Numa Numa song stuck in your head. Oh my god. Okay, next. The next one I think I want to do... I'm trying to think. So some of these are going to loan themselves better to having fewer colors on them than others. So I think for this hand, maybe we'll do, like arrow and ace. I think those would be good ones to do on this nail. Okay, let me just get my flags up here, because I want to make sure that I am getting all my colors correct. Okay. That one has weird colors. I don't think that one's correct. Do do do. Okay, arrow is two different greens white, gray, black. And ace is purple, white, gray, black. So let's do the bottom one as arrow and the upper one as ace. Numa Numa is Romanian. Is that the song you're talking about, Sonia? There was another song that was like ridiculously popular in a similar way. That was the Leak Spin song. And that one's like, was that like Finnish or something? Okay. So I think we'll do like purple here and here. And then like the tip of the tail. Leak spin, yeah. Levan polka. That's the one. Thank you, Leo. Leak spin, yeah. Listen. You should know which part of the internet I'm from, okay? From the parts of the internet that did terrible things to the leak spin concept. Terrible, terrible things. Let's give you some little black ears. I want to blend with some white. It kind of sounds like a sea shanty. I disagree, but I understand why you say that. Alright, let's do that stripe over here. Now I've got that freaking song in my head. Yeah, I figured it was a fairly old song. I've heard a bunch of different versions of it. Sung by various like groups of people. It starts with an I, not an L. Well, there you go. Okay. I think I want just a little bit more on the sides for this gray. Just a teensy, teensy little... here. Okay. Now, actually, I think I'll do the colors on this one and then... Oh, so it translates an Eva. It translates to Eva. That's like basically the version of the name Eva. In a regional dialect. Okay, cool. All right, this one is going to be the arrow flag, and so we're going to need our green. Does he still use one of those, do you still use one of the, like, the ride-along, like, carrier type things for him? Or is he on a third wheel kind of setup at this point? Do I want to, I'm going to do this one as a little patchy buddy, I think. Okay, we're going to need some white. You have a seat on your e-bike. Ah, yeah. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's summertime. It's hot. I feel like when I was a kid, it was fun to get a little bit wet. I mean, I still feel that way, actually, a lot of the time. Okay, and then we'll go to the gray. Yeah. Going home, it's a lot different, too, than going out somewhere. Because when you're going home, if you end up a little too wet, you just change. It's fine. It's not a big deal. If you're going somewhere where you're not going to be able to change right away, and, like, maybe you're going to be in air conditioning and stuff, that's unpleasant. I wouldn't want that. But going home, yeah. Okay. Let's give this guy one gray ear. This is basically like a little calico buddy. What's this one's tail situation? This one must be wrapped around in front, which means I want to do like a... Okay, no, that will actually work quite nicely. And then let's give him a little one gray foot. And then let's get some black in here. We'll give him one black foot. And we'll get a couple of little, where do I want black patches? Where do I want black patches? Let's give him a black ear. Whenever you ride your bike somewhere, you always forget and just walk home. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Okay. Now, let us do our little outlines. So this one, the tail goes up in front here. And this is the back arch. I may have to tweak the colors a little bit. Oh dear. Because I'm now realizing that having a black leg might end up making it look more like it's just part of the whole thing. Like it's part of the outline. And make it harder to tell what's going on here. Our little face. I did a bad job with that face. That's okay. It's okay to do a bad job. It's okay to suck. What did Bob Ross say? There are no mistakes, only colossal fuck-ups. You know what? We're gonna erase using white instead of that because that's going to end up... Oh, but we're gonna thin that because I just saw a string. How do I load my brush to get it on the tip so well? Yours always dries immediately or blobs mid-shaft. Yeah. Yeah, mine does too. The trick is thinner, use thinner. Use thinner all the time. Use thinner constantly. Add thinner, and then add more thinner. That's the entire trick. Add thinner. That's all there is. Okay. Yeah, it will dry incredibly fast, and it's literally just a matter of like keeping your polish super thinned on your palette, so that you can just get stuff on there before it dries out. Gotta do another nail art tutorial, teach about wiggling the brush. Yeah, wiggling the brush is more for like striping brushes. Like when you're doing striping stuff, it matters less when you're doing these tiny details. But for those who aren't aware, I don't know what Sassy's talking about. When, you know how like when you put polish on a brush, this is going to be a bad example because it's like already dried. Hang on. Try and get a good visual example here. You know when you like load up your brush and then you end up with, it's not going to do it right now because I'm talking about it. You get like this sort of bubbly bead, but sometimes the bubbly bead is like further up the brush, and there's like a little bit of a, like the tip is sticking out. Let me see if I can show you with one of my longer brushes. course, we're going to have a hard time showing it now because I'm trying to show it. I'm actively trying to show it, so it's not going to happen. And now it's not going to happen because I've wiggled the brush. But actually, it is happening because I haven't wiggled it enough. There we go. See that? Where you get that bubble that's like a little bit up past the edge or past the tip. Instead of the brush, instead of the paint loading on the tip, it's loading partway up. And then when you try to apply it, what ends up happening is you get like nothing and then you get a big blob, right? So in order to prevent that, basically what you want to do is like wiggle, 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 wiggle. You want to try and load up the inner part of the brush, not just the outer part of the brush. So you get all throughout the strands. And then you usually, if you've done it right, and if your brush is cooperating, you should get a nicer, more even coverage, or like more even coating on your brush, and then you should be able to like actually get a nice line. So that's like part of the thing with, especially with striping brushes. It's less of an issue with super detailed brushes. With super, super detailed brushes, the bigger issue is basically not overloading your brush and just having as little as possible on there. Let us begin with the little smile. So with your super detail fine brushes, you kind of just want to have the paint only on the tip and just not get it further up if possible, which it usually isn't quite possible, but we try. But yeah, that's just one of those like advanced technique things that can help your nail art skills as you go along. Also, one of the things that really helps is just not trying to like you're basically trying to avoid dragging the brush across the surface. Like you're sort of just barely touching, especially again with striping brushes. You want to just be kind of barely touching it. And honestly, it's just a ton of practice, and I still fuck up constantly. Like that. An excellent example of me just straight up fucking up. But that's okay, because we can go back and fix it, and it'll be fine. Another thing that helps is just like not trying to do the full stroke of a curve in one stroke. Like trying to do like this in one stroke is never going to work as well as trying to do it with a couple of strokes and like, you know, maybe even a third stroke along the bottom. Because when you switch directions with the brush moves in unpredictable ways. Yours dries up by the time the cap is back on. Yeah, that's what the thinner is for. We're like that here in the wintertime as well. In the summertime, it's more humid, so I I have a little bit more time, but it still dries real fast. And it does depend on the polish as well. Some of them dry faster than others. I don't know what we're talking about Ozempic. Why are we talking about Ozempic? Is Ozempic thinner? Is Ozempic is thinner Ozempic for your paint? That's horrifying. That's a horrifying concept. I screwed this one up real good, so I'm just gonna... There we go. That's a little better. They ain't perfect, but they're kind of cute, so it's fine. You had a discussion on one of Linry's shorts where she was painting with her non-dominant hand and it was wonky. Yeah, if you're not naturally ambidextrous, it is really freaking hard. It's ridiculously difficult. I've trained myself a little bit to do some very basic nail art on my other hand, but mostly that's what stamping is for. You gave your Black Hollow Wish too much Ozempic, so it had to sit without its cap for a little while. Yeah, I use a ton of thinner too, bow and arrows. I use so much thinner all the time. I go through a lot of it. Okay, next up... I guess we can do the... Do I want to do that one as the intersex one, or do I want to do a different one as the intersex one? What do I want on my middle nail? I'm kind of feeling the lesbian for the middle one, the gay one for the bottom one, and then maybe like pan for the top one. And then I can do this one as intersex. And this one is trans. Okay, I'm liking this. Okay. So let us start with... I guess we'll start with the intersex one. Or rather, not the intersex, the pan one. The one that is intersex on the reference, but that I'm going to make pan. We'll start with that one. Okay, now, do we want blue face or blue butt? I think blue butt. Well, maybe blue face. Now, let's do blue face. Let's do blue face. You're proving to people that 3D cable net nails can be done with regular polish if you're insane and have too much time. Yeah, I've done that. I've done the cable knit with regular polish. It takes a while. You do have to like build it up over many coats, but yeah, you can totally do it. And you cannot top coat the whole thing as one. You simply can't. Okay, blue face. Blue face, pink butt. mixing polish on a silicone mat is yucky. I don't mind mixing polish on the silicone mat. The one major advantage to it is that it is real easy to just peel everything off, so you don't use as much acetone for cleanup. It does bubble though, which can be a little annoying. I don't love that. And I think it dries a little faster on the silicone than it does on the resin. I feel like I get a little tiny bit more time to work with it when it's on the resin. Not a lot, but a little. This is a good little lump. I like the shape of this little lump. Okay. You got a slab, but you still mix on your mat. Yeah, I mean, I still use a little bit. So when I do use my my mats, my little silicone mats for mixing, and in the past when I used to, I would wait until it dried most of the way. I have a ton of little, like the little rounds, right? So I will just cycle through them, and then, you know, once too many of them are dirty, then I'll go ahead and peel them all and clean them all. So, you know, I can basically always wait until it's dried. And then I use tape to clean it the rest of the way. So I basically never use acetone on those at all. I mean, you can, but I just don't, because of the way I use them. It isn't necessary. Okay. Lesbian flag. Let's make sure I get this right, because it is purple, sort of a magenta-y pink, white, orange, red. I always want it to have more pink in it. I always expect it to be more pink, but it ain't. Okay, so let's give this gal a purple ear. We'll give her a little purple tummy blob. And we'll give her a little bit of purple here. And then we're going to add a little bit of white. Actually, rather than white, I think what I will do is add a tiny bit of What Do You Pink, which will both lighten it and pink it up slightly. Yeah, that seems like a good color. Okay, now let's get this little friend some red and orange. You use a sticky roller and acetone on your mat. You like the idea of having a restricted area for mixing so that you can move and not stick your hand in it so much? Yeah. Well, that's why I like the little mats too. Before I got this cute little round, I was using this cute little resin round or slab. I was using the little mats because it is easy to move them off to the side. Having it like directly on your mat, sometimes it can be okay, but a lot of the time it's just like slightly annoying. I felt like the orange straight out of the bottle was going to be too much. So I'm adding a little white to it. It feels like it's too orange for the flag otherwise. Do a little orange here. Maybe make this leg orange. And then we need some red. Okay, I actually want to do this. Again, slightly lighten up that red, tone it down just a little bit. Okay. I like this little friend. I think this is a good little friend. Okay, now we need to do the men's gay flag, which is blues and greens. Why isn't it on this set? It's so weird to me when the flags like don't have, you get like a big array of flags and they don't have all of them. Like, what do you, why? Why are you just skipping some? What is the point of that? Okay. Okay, so we need, is it 2 different blues, a white, and 2 different greens? 3 blues, a white, and 3 greens. Okay, well, I'm not doing all that. We'll give you some blues and some greens and call it a day, okay, lads? Getting a little selfish with all these colors. There's a few too many, if you ask me. Honestly. Who do they think they are? There's a great example of it doing the little bubble with the tiny wisp. You're not going to be able to paint shit with that. As soon as you see that, just go right back in and mess with it some more and try and get something that looks a little more reasonable. Otherwise, you're just going to be struggling. See, that's a little better. That's more reasonable. That we can work with. Okay. Let's give this lad a dark blue ear and a little bit of blue there, a little bit of blue here. And then we'll get this medium blue. There are so many flags, but like if you're going to be missing, like it's weird to have the particular one that I was just looking at, they had like 5 or 6 different rainbow flag iterations, and they had the lesbian flag, but they did not have the gay male flag. And like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? That just doesn't make any sense. That's a weird choice. Unless maybe it was made before the gay male flag was created. I don't know how long this one has existed. That would be a reasonable excuse in my mind. Otherwise, it's just weird to not have it. Maybe they're a misandrist. Maybe. I guess that's possible. Seems like a weird choice, but sure. It just sounds like it's too much effort to me, you know? Misandry is just like, why do you care that much? I hear that and I go, but why though? It's easier to just not care. Okay. Let's get some white over here, or some green over here rather. Oh, I've already got a whole area for mixing up light greens over there. I'm gonna just go ahead and do a second one though, aren't I? Because that's how we're rolling today. Apparently, we're just fucking around. Not doing anything in a planned or reasonable way. And that's okay. Okay. All right, now let's get some black in here. Start with the little faces. I feel like this one's face might be too small. Or head might be too small, rather. I'm just gonna have to do our best. We just have to do our best. I need to thin that some more. It's getting thick already. Dry too fast. Nail polish always dry too fast. Courses. Yeah. I put that in totally the wrong spot, but that's okay, because I don't think you can really see it very well against the dark blue. I can barely see it, and I'm way up close to it, so I feel like it's probably fine. Of course, once I take my macro photos, I am fully going to be able to see it, and then I will be annoyed. Oop. Yep. I got too thick. All right. This little lad is almost done. Whew. Yeah, the working time of gel polish would be delightful, but I cannot take that risk. I like how this little lesbian flag kitty looks like she is on the go. She has shit to do. More thinner. Actually, I should just clean this brush and get some fresh polish out. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously it dries, it feels like it dries much slower on your nails only because of the thickness of it, but it does does feel like some cruel joke sometimes. You're like, I had to hustle to get this on my nails fast enough so that it wouldn't dry out, and then you're gonna sit there and not dry for hours and still be dentable? Rude. Okay. Oh my god, I'm doing a bad job with this part. I'm gonna have to go back and tweak it a little. But that's okay. We can do that. It's not cheating. And if it is cheating, then who the fuck cares? I did such a good job on the lesbian one, and now I'm doing such a bad job on the pan one, and I feel like maybe that says something. Definitely gonna have to go back and tweak the pan one. For sure. Yeah, she's got things to do, people to see. I know you said it the opposite way, but we're going to keep this stream PG for once. Actually, I don't need the pink. I'll need the yellow, but that's going to have to get thin. She's got to go rent a U-Haul. She met a girl this weekend. They found a really cute cabin out in the woods. They're gonna move there and raise chickens. Adopt a puppy? Yeah, for sure. You gotta adopt a puppy. Okay. See if we can fix this and not just screw it up in the opposite direction. Definitely made this face a little on the small side, but that's okay. All right, that's it. We're leaving it at that. It's good enough. It's gonna have to be good enough. Because I know if I fuck with it more, I'm gonna make it worse. Opening an animal rescue, getting a disabled cat. Living the dream in Birkenstocks. They have 2 Subarus. Y'all. See, we are all familiar with stereotypes. You told your niece you wanted a Subaru, and she said that's very lesbian of you. As if that's a bad thing. All right, what are we doing next? We're going to do an intersex and a trans on this one. So I think I want... Do we want trans on top and intersex on the bottom? I think... No, you know what? I'm going to do the intersex on the top and the trans on the bottom. I think that's what I want to do. Alright, this one is basically just going to be all yellow. With the one little purple ring on the back. It's just a yellow kitty. Make their own kombucha, brew their own beer. I mean, why not both? A nice array of carabiners. You gotta have them. All right. There we go. And then for the trans flag, I think the trans flag one is going to also be a kind of a calico-ish little friend. Gonna need to mix my blue. The scientific, when it's brand new, and not faded, is pretty close to the trans flag blue, but it's not quite 100%. And if once it's faded like mine has, it's like, that's it, it's game over. Mine is so faded now. I didn't realize, but it was undeniable seeing it next to the original one. There we go. Now, let's see. We got a little blue blobby there. Give you a little blue paw. Give you a little blue tip of your tail. Another little blue patch here. Maybe a little blue patch over here. Okay. Your scientific is fine? Yeah. I mean, it might be partly that mine, for a long time, in my old place, my nail polish was not stored in any kind of a reasonable way, and it was like in direct sunlight a good chunk of the time. And also definitely exposed to extreme temperatures pretty regularly. So it did not have the best early storage experience. And it is the like initial release from when it first came out. So yeah. Oop. You got stringy. I don't really want to add thinner to you though, because this is the last blob. There. The pigment had failure to thrive. Black, that's what I'm doing next. Was your previous place the lesbian cabin with dogs and Birkenstocks? No. No. My previous place was, well, there were lesbians living with me. But no, it was in the city with cats. There were some Birkenstocks. They didn't have any dogs at the time, but they did want to have dogs again. They had previously had dogs. So, you know, they might have dogs again by now. I don't know. No, it was just an extremely small place. I had one room that was mine and everything else was shared. And I didn't have any reasonable storage, so my little bit of polish just lived out. And it was an extremely illegal apartment without air conditioning or reasonable much of anything. I'm gonna have to do a little tweak on this with some more yellow for sure, because I really messed up that mouth. Cats and bugs. Yep. And mice. Not strictly pets, but my roommates did feed them. Because if they didn't leave food out for them, they ate their plants. So they left food out for the mice. Nobody wanted to kill the mice. Bunch of bleeding hearts in that building. None of us had any interest in killing the mice. All right. Oh my God. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Did a pretty bad job on that part. I think we can fix it. Hack. Very bad job on that part. Gonna have to fix that too. I need to just thin this again. I'm being silly. Yeah, so their cat would sometimes hunt mice. So their cat would hunt mice when they were up at the cottage, but would not hunt mice in the house. For some reason, Lilu did not, like, she just decided that the mice that lived in the house must be friends because they lived in the house. But when they were out at the cottage, she was a good little mouser. So I don't know. And Jammy and Budgie, of course, are just not good at that sort of thing. I mean, they're scared of basically anything that moves. At least Budgie is. Budgie's scared of everything that moves, and Jammy is just not interested in doing anything that resembles playing. It's too much work. Especially back then. Now she might, if she was presented with the option to hunt a mouse now, maybe she would take it. But at the time, her arthritis was untreated and really bad. So, or at least, I shouldn't say untreated. That makes it sound like I didn't do anything to help her. We didn't have access to the effective treatment that she's on now. It did not exist in Canada at that time. Hunting is a vacation activity? Yeah. Hearing mice have a party in the wall behind your head while you're sleeping is apparently horrible. I mean, yeah, I can see it being... If you know that they're causing damage, I can see that being upsetting. But I don't think it would bother me in and of itself. But... the Mouse Man immediately put Scatman in my head. So that's a fun thing that's going to be stuck in my brain for a little while. Okay, there's our little intersex kitty. All finished. Fuck the send button on mobile. Yeah, I know, Belly. Spooky Mouse, what did you miss? What you missed was we're doing kitties. based on this really cute art by Lump and Oat. And I think it's overall going okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need a little bit more polish. Yeah, there was a poll and the masses decided on the kitty design. So that is what we are doing. Cute kitties. I'm pretty sure anytime I give chat the option to choose cute kitties, they're literally always going to choose cute kitties. I need to be careful about when I give that option, I guess. But I'm happy because I really wanted to do the cute kitties. And it felt achievable today. It's a fairly head empty sort of design. Very few decisions to be made. Which is what I needed today. I got finished my the stream last night, the monthly Mystery Manny Mayhem nonsense, which was hilariously good. I got finished that last night, and then immediately had to make dinner, which was, normally I don't cook on stream nights, but I had prepped some dough to make bacon onion tartlet, which turned out absolutely delicious. And I had actually intended to make it a couple of days ago, and things happened, and it didn't get made. And so it kind of really needed to happen last night. But yeah, it was delicious. I made that and kale chips, but it meant that we weren't eating until 11:30 at night, which is not super abnormal for us. It's maybe slightly later than is average, but not by much. So I feel like our dinner time average is probably 10:30 or 11 for when it gets on the table. So it's slightly later, but not crazy late. Anyway, delicious but kind of exhausting. There's a lot to do right after a stream. It was 5:30 p.m. in Hawaii. Yeah, I'll post it as soon as I get a chance to, Kat. Yeah, house and field mice, you do have to be smart about the disease risk with them. So it's not great to just let them live in the house with you. But you know. You're only young once, right? Dumb as a box of rocks, huh? My mom used to say that I was smart like ox. Hentai virus. Careful. That's not what that's called. Hentai virus is incorrect. Very funny, but incorrect. That's a different disease. Okay, what are we gonna do for the very last little little kitty cat here? What haven't I done? I could do the arrow ace as a little calico. I have arrow and ace separately on here. I don't have bi. What else do I not have? Oh, I could do genderqueer. I could do genderqueer. That's an option. Or non-binary. What do we think? Non-binary, genderqueer, or bi? Or arrow ace. That's 4 options. Should I do a poll? I feel like I should probably do a poll. I'm going to do a poll. Okay. Start a poll. Bi. Arrow ace. Gender queer. Or, what was the other one I said? What was the other one I said, y'all? Oh, non-binary. There we go. Bi erasure my ass. Bi and trans are, or bi and trans, bi and pan are overlapping enough that I feel like if you're acknowledging pan people, then you're at least not erasing bi people. I can't fit every flag, so y'all gonna have to share a little bit, okay? A hazel dormouse that lived in his sleeve? That's hilarious. That's really adorable. There's a bunch of lurkers. If you are lurking and you want to join in on the poll that's happening right now, we are deciding what to do on the pinky nail. So, do you want bi, arrow ace, non-binary, or genderqueer for the flag on the pinky? Belly's dad is a Disney princess? Yeah, totally. It looks like bi is going to win. Can confirm I will choose cats unless horses are an option. Yeah. Horses are unlikely to be an option outside of like when it's Lunar New Year and it's the year of the horse. Because, oh my god, horses are so hard. They're so hard to draw. Alright, I'm going to end the poll. Bi has won. So, let's get our little bi kitty cat going. Let's see, which orange do I, or which orange, which pink do I want to use for bi? Let's see. I feel like I want to mix because I don't think that the hot pink is quite right. It's like close, but well, actually, I guess it is pretty. It is pretty close. That indigo away, I think, or sorry, royalty blue, and then a mix of the two of them for the middle stripe. Okay, we'll do that. I have done some pretty decent horses when I have done them, but they're just so hard to do that it's like, it feels like it's really operating in hard mode. Heck yeah, cereal gang. I will probably have a bowl of peanut butter panda puffs after this. All right, we definitely need to have a pink ear and a little bit of pink right over here. And then we need to have some pink over here for sure. And then we probably want to have like one pink leg. And then let's get some blue. Gotta walk to the post office. What you mailing? Or are you picking up something fun? I hope you're picking up something fun. That's always exciting. Okay. Some nice big patches on this friend. And then let's do a little mixa for the purple. You saw peanut butter panda puffs at the store the other day and was like, whoa, Peggy reference. IRL Peggy reference. My goodness. Peggy must really be blowing up. Even the store is making Peggy references now. They're good. They're just good. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good. Mailing a souvenir from a friend to a friend. That's fun. Don't. Belly, don't. Poor Belly. Belly is struggling. Belly is struggling with the submit button because the submit button is stupid. It's bad. It's a bad submit button. Oh, you know what? I think I want like a little purple chin right here. There we go. Okay. Now we need our black, which I think we'll just use what we've got and thin it out. Should have plenty there still. We're on the home stretch, folks. Your sister Lily is the Disney princess. Trained crows to bring her money. Yeah, that's a thing. Crows are pretty cool. They're ridiculously smart animals. Okay. It's the last one. Let's try not to mess it up, okay? Y'all with me? Kind of seems like you're not with me because you've already messed it up. Belly has a family of wizards, yes. Belly is actually Radagast. Oh, this is very bad. This is very bad. I'm definitely gonna have to do like a whole thing here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole thing here to fix that, but that's okay. We will get it done. We'll get it done and it'll be just fine. Okay. Whenever people ask me how I manage to do things that are so tiny, I'm always tempted to be like, it's just a lot of pain. It's just like it's just years of just pain and suffering and fucking it up and being bad at it. Just you just keep doing that. You just keep doing pain and suffering and choosing to make it hard for yourself, and then you too can sometimes do a slightly less shit job of something. Yay! Honestly, the struggle. Okay, this is going to be our little tail, right? This is our little tail. But I did a bad job, so it's hard to tell that it's the tail, so I'm going to have to do a little curly around it, I think. Alright. Your husband calls you the kitchen fairy because Captain Chaos leaves all the cupboards open. We are not the same. I am the house goblin. Brian is the fairy that makes everything good and nice. Sometimes I'll even like go to do a task that I know needs to be done because I've actually managed to remember it for once, and it'll already be done, and I'll be like, "Welp." I guess the adult did it. Okay, we really need to fix this eyeball and mouth situation here. Because I made some bad decisions regarding this portion of the cat. You know what? I'm gonna clear out the whole area and do it again. And this time I'm gonna do a better job. Captain Cupboards. Brian is a premium adult. It's true. He's like, apparently he is in fact listening. Yeah, you're a premium adult. You're like, you come with all the premium features. I mean, I only had to marry you the once. Is that the same as a one-time purchase? I'm not sure. There is a certain amount of maintenance. That's true. Thankfully, occasionally baking something delicious is a cost that I am both willing and able to pay. If only what? I don't know what you're saying. You keep getting quiet at the part that actually matters. I only hear the if only you weren't so good at. Oh, Mario Kart. Poor Brian. Brian suffers because I am just a little bit better at Mario Kart than he is. And it's not like because I have a ton of practice or anything. Like I'm just enough younger than him that I have my brain has been very slightly rewired to have some kind of video game instinct, and I'm not good at it. Like I'm not by any means arguing that I am good at Mario Kart. I am just okay at it. And he has very quickly gotten up to very close to my level, but I do win more than him. And sometimes he gets very upset about it. Yeah. He'll be like in second place taking all of the red shells for me, which I think is very kind of him and he thinks is not what he's trying to do. And he would rather not be doing it, thank you. Okay, there we go. That'll do. Oh no, Belly. It's so funny. What's the fun in winning if the loser is just fine with losing? I mean, I'm fine with losing. In fact, I celebrate when he wins, especially if he wins in a really funny or really impressive way, which sometimes he does. Yeah. Uh, so I don't know. I think he enjoys it, but maybe he would be happier if I was angry. Would you be happier if I was upset that I lost? Would your victory mean more? No? Okay. That's different. When the NPCs are ganging up on you, I think it's reasonable to get upset. When the dinosaur steps on you, that enrages me. Y'all, these came out cute. They're adorable. I'm very happy with them. I am going to do some seal glaze. And then I'll probably just top coat off screen because I want to make sure that the seal glaze dries enough that I don't get bubbling because it is a little humid in here. And it is going to take a little while for the seal glaze to properly dry down enough that I do not bubble. I don't like it when my nail art gets ruined by bubbles any more than I like it when it gets ruined by streaks. Thursday. Maybe we'll do the Pride month ones. That seems like a fun idea for Thursday. And then maybe next Tuesday we can do the Y'all Means All. Does Seal Glaze work as a smudge free? Yes, that's what I'm using. Seal Glaze is a very effective smudge free. It will cloud up like this. See how especially the shimmer underneath, the magnetic underneath is like weirdly cloudy all of a sudden. It'll do that and then it'll clear. But yeah, the Seal Glaze, the DRK Seal Glaze is my go-to smudge free. You feel like you owe the winner just the right amount of upset with losing? That's fair. You just got some a little while ago. So I use the Seal Glaze for this, and I use it for if I'm doing magnetic and I don't want to have to remagnetize before the top coat for some reason. Like if I have done, you know, some other kind of nail art or whatever, it's handy for that as well. Yeah, it's a good barrier. You do want to let it dry for a little bit, but that's kind of the case with any waterproof or any water-based top coat. You want to make sure it dries for a little bit before you put your regular top coat over top of it. And yeah, it can sometimes. So usually I find if I'm going to get shrinkage with Seal Glaze, it's because I haven't let the Seal Glaze dry long enough, and or I haven't let what was underneath it dry long enough before adding the top coat over everything. So if you have a real thick mani, like fluid art, things like that tend to be quite thick. If you have a real thick mani, make sure that the mani itself is fairly dry before you put the Seal Glaze on, and then make sure the Seal Glaze is very dry before you put your top coat on, and that reduces the shrinkage for me. Hey Ghislaine, you've been here, sound off, lurking and working. Well, glad to have you here. That's it. We're done. Is there anything else I need to say? You let yours dry for 45 minutes last night and your nail art still smudged even with Seal Glaze? What? Leo, how? How? That has never happened to me. That's crazy talk. Were you like dragging a hell brush over it? Were you using a toothbrush to apply your top coat? Did you use like a wire brush to apply your top coat? What were you doing, Leo? I've never had that happen. That's not a thing. There's a Timony cricket. He is staring at the box of crickets because he has discovered that I have a box of crickets that I need to unpack. And the crickets are chirping. And he's very excited about it. Hello, sir. Did you just notice the box of crickets? That's not the box of crickets. That is the box of crickets. And that is Cricket with the box of crickets. There he is. And I don't really have a good way to show you that. But anyway. Did you use 20 passes with the Seal Glaze? What the hell? Yeah, if you go over it too many times with top coat, then I guess you could like wipe up the Seal Glaze, or I really feel like, I don't know. I mean, I always float my top coat regardless. So, but yeah, I've not had that issue. I have not had that issue. Oh no, please do not stand on the crickets, dumbass. All right, I gotta go. I have to rescue the crickets from Timony Cricket. and put them away. You did a super thin coat of seal glaze like you're supposed to, and then just okay. Don't listen to any of their instructions. Don't do a super thin coat. Do a normal ass coat. Just do a normal ass coat. Just apply it normal. It's just this thin coat thing. I think if you are already a fairly thin nail polish applier and you do a extra thin coat, like a super thin coat of the seal glaze, you're just not getting any seal glaze on. You just need to apply it. It's just runny, so it would be easy to flood your cuticles if you aren't being careful, but like try to find the balance between getting a normal coat and flooding your cuticles and you'll be fine. That's it. Yeah, you good boy. Oh, we got a little gift here. We got a little Timmy Cricket gift. Yeah, he's a good boy. We'll take a moment to enjoy that. I don't know why he does that with this ottoman, and only with this ottoman. It's the only place I've seen him do that. What a good boy. What a good boy. Yeah. Oh, he's a good little man. At the end of stream, in the last moments, you get a kitty. Yeah, the thin and thick coat instructions often end up causing people problems. Like the thick coat with magnetics, what does that mean? A lot of people end up going too thick and then it doesn't dry properly, and then they end up with having way too much movement and the magnetic disperses too quickly because they've been told to do a thick coat. But like, what is a thick coat? It depends on the person. Just do your normal coats with everything. Just do your normal damn coats. Yeah. Yeah, some advice is just for newbies, I think. I think that's exactly right. But anyway, he is getting to be such a handsome man. He started out as a handsome man, and now he is an even more handsome man. He's about as big as he's gonna get. He's like, what was he, turned 1 in March? So he might fill out a little bit more, but he is a petite lad. He's a short king. Yes, he's a good boy. It's funny because he seems like just like a slightly small to normal cat, and then you see him next to Cinna, and Cinna is just like gigantic. Gigantic. Yes, he was a handsome baby before. You're right. That's true. Such a good boy. And he's in a little bit of a rainbow spot, it looks like. He's got just a little... Yeah. Oh, he's gay. I have one of those little stickers on that window that's behind, or like sort of toward his butt. If you made a line through his ears and butt and kept going, there's a window back there. And there's one of those little stickers that refracts the little rainbows. So every once in a while I get a little rainbow. All right, that's it. We're going. We're done. Thursday night, more nail art. Probably demon stuff. Fun Pride D-month. Yes, Gay Kitty is on theme. Good job, Timony. All right, don't forget to press the buttons, do the thing, comment if you feel like it, join the Discord if you haven't already and you want to. Don't forget to tell your friends about the hippopotamus. Okay, bye.